All right. That here. And the last part is the camera. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, and happy Monday. Hope everybody's doing great today. Hope everybody's had a nice weekend, actually. We'll give the room a few minutes to fill up. Let's say hello to everybody. We got CJ, we got David, we got Arnulfo. Good morning, Javad, Cheese Grater, Trader, Larry. Good morning, Larry. James, Stacy, Sherman. Hey, Sherman. Willard, Dave, Bill, Brian, John, Dave, Richard, Vernon, Spider Monkey, Illinois Grain Farmer, Vertuvian, Omar, Penny, Stephen, Tom. Good morning, Tom, Stephen, Penny. I hope you had a good weekend. Omar, Mr. Frenchman. Jill, the sassy trainer, Jeff. Good morning, Jeff. Hope you had a nice weekend. Wade, Moondog, Robert, Deanna, Steve, Stephen, Doris, Harold, Kirk, Jay Fremix. Hey, Jay Fremix. Kevin, Robert, Duzzy, Jody, Peanuts. Hey, Peanuts. You've been working on the garden? Ooh, pretty early in the morning. Genevieve, Stephen, Jean, Gregory, Piet DeBrock, Scott, Carrie, we were talking about you in Jeff Carter's class last week, Piet DeBrock. Kathy, Nathan. Good morning, Nathan. I haven't seen you the last few days. I was actually thinking about you. I hope you're doing well, Nathan. Jesse, Ray, Stan, basketball trainer. We got a lot of people coming in here. Uh, Let me just go back here. There you are, Dr. Serena. You've been sick last 2 weeks. I emailed you. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Dr. Serena. I am so sorry to hear that. I'm so glad you're back, at least temporarily. So good to see you here. Hey, folks, let's say hello to Dr. Serena and wish her all a good health, okay? Thank you for coming in, Dr. Serena. I really appreciate it. Very, very kind of you. So we got Jesse, we got Ray, we got Stan, basketball trainer, Cam. Good morning, Cam. We got Bob. Good morning, Bob. Good to see you. I hope you had a good weekend. Jay, Jay says Trump. I don't know what that means, but we'll get to it soon. Dr. Al's in the house. Richard, good morning, Richard. I hope you had a nice weekend. Receiving children. Ay, 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 ay. JB, Eduardo, Carlos, Thomas, Tony, Harry, Goodfellas, Kevin, Ray. That's just your thumbs up, Kevin. If you update it, it'll show you others. Yeah, welcome back. Thank you for updating us, Dr. Serena. Charlie Clyde. We got a lot of people here. That's all I'm gonna say. We got Bob, we got Jesse, we got Stacy, we got Tom. We got a lot of people here, folks. If I'm missing your name, I apologize. There's just too many people here. We got Devin, Charlie, Don, Krish, Steven, Mike, Scotty. I'm sorry if I'm missing your name. Just say hello again, and I'll read it. Frank, go. Good morning, Raj, Rodney, Michael, Art. Mary, Deborah, Gustavo. Good morning, Gustavo. Good morning, Timothy. Good morning, Mary. Good morning, everybody. So before we start, let me just quickly point this out. And again, folks, there's over 500 people coming and going, and for some reason, it doesn't show me everybody's name. I don't know why it does that, but it does, which is really weird. But Genevieve, Wesley, hello, hello, hello. So today, I'm going to have Kane in the VIP room. He's going to be joining me live in the VIP room. And here is the link for that. But it will be in my VIP room. But here's a link for that. And today, I'm going to be talking in the VIP room. Let me tell you what my schedule is for the VIP room, okay? Let me just go to where was I going to go? Oh, yeah. Let me tell you what I got on the agenda today. You guys are going to like this. Where am I? Where am I? There I am. So today we're going to talk about seasonality, why seasonality is super important. We're going to combine seasonality with technical analysis. We're going to use the Pro Trader dashboard to find some stocks and do live trades in real time. Does anybody objecting that? Live trades in real time. Remember last week we got Morgan Stanley and we got two stocks, DY, I think, and Morgan. We got a couple. We'll do GY, something like that. We'll do that again, and then we'll do visual back testing leading into Kane's webinar. So we'll do Pro Trader dashboard live trades. We'll combine seasonality with technicals, and we'll talk about Kane's program. I think it's going to be fantastic. And visual backtesting really moves well with Kane's program. So here's the link for the VIP room. If you guys haven't gotten it yet, here it is. It's happening at noon. Don't miss a WY. Thank you, HG. WY and another one. Yeah. So we'll do visual backtesting. Who does not like live day trading in the VIP room? Does anybody have an objection to that? Any objections? No, no objections. We'll get into the catalysts in just literally 1 second. I just want to give you the link for Customer Service Live. Cam, what's on the agenda this week? Tell me what's on the agenda this week, Cam. And Gustavo. Yes, MS and WY. That's how we found it. Two winners. I love that day trading. It's not day trading also, it's swing trading too. Those were both swing trades, by the way. All right. What is the catalyst for tonight, for today, today's trading session, not for this week? We'll get into all the catalysts for this week. Yes, Adobe and Oracle are definitely catalysts for this week, but what are the catalysts for the next 8 hours? I wrote it down right here. Right here. I'll gladly read it to you. Does anybody want to give me the catalysts for the next I thought more people would be interested in the Pro Trader Dashboard live trading class. Not that many. Jeff thinks it's crazy times sometimes. Uh, okay. Uh, believe the China trade talk, U.S. China. Definitely, yes. Yes, that's a big catalyst. Okay. Rick got another catalyst. Yes, the Hood downgrade is not a major catalyst. It's not a major catalyst. That's an individual catalyst. That's not a major catalyst. Okay, China. We know about China. China, minerals. Okay, fair enough. China, minerals. What else? All right, China. Everybody's saying China. Okay, we got that. Okay, Tesla. All right, Apple, Tesla, US, China. Um, you got most of them. Let's see. We got rare earth materials. Did anybody say rare earth materials? I think somebody. The minerals. Yes. Richard got the minerals. Apple, yes. Tesla, you guys missed one. Actually, one and a half. Yes, Bill got it right. What does China US trade talks going to impact aside from tariffs? Chips. No, the Fed number, we can look at the Fed number today, but I don't think that's going to be a major catalyst. Let's take a look here. Fortunately, you guys are getting all of them. Now, there's no major catalyst from the Fed today or tomorrow. Wednesday, yes. Let's talk. So let me tell you, I'm impressed. No, Lulu's not a major catalyst. That was a major catalyst for Friday. Bill, Lulu had a chance to trade on Friday. A lot of you don't seem to understand this. Lulu earnings came out before the market had a chance to trade on Friday, which means Lulu has already been priced into the market because the market had a chance to trade afterwards. Bill, do you understand? Ask yourself, what is the catalyst in your mind? And ask yourself, had the market had a chance to trade afterwards? If you don't know what the catalyst is, then it's not going to help. But if you know what the catalyst is, like Bill has a catalyst, or Bill Turner, Lulu and chips. Chips, yes, because of China and US. Lulu, no. Lulu already had a chance to trade Friday, the whole day, and Sunday night. That's way priced in. The markets are way more efficient than that. Thank you, Dr. Serena. So let me tell you the catalysts that I have here. Okay. It's okay, Bill. People make this mistake all the time. Ask yourself, has the market had a chance to appraise whatever is now known into its price? It's like causation. Causation. Did it cause it? Did it have impact on the market's price already? It did. So therefore it's priced in. Boeing, I didn't hear anything about Boeing. Maybe there's something I didn't know, Kevin. What's going on with Boeing? So here are my catalysts. And just to show you how honest I am, I write them down right here ahead of time. Okay. So China, US tariffs, which also will impact chip stocks, as Bill said correctly. See, we don't know what's going to happen today with their meeting. So the market hasn't had a chance to appraise it into its price. Apple, it has a conference. We all sorts of shit can come out during that conference. So Apple is a catalyst, a potential catalyst. Rare earth materials, yes, you got it right. You got it right because didn't I post something for you guys? Hassett said something over the weekend about rare earth materials. Bill, not Bill. Somebody here just mentioned it a second ago, but you guys got it right. Somebody here had it right. It was our friend from Puente Gorda, Richard from Puente Gorda. Chip stocks, rare earth, Apple, Tesla downgrade. Yes, whenever a mega cap gets downgraded, that's impactful. No, that's not going to be a catalyst. Hey, Rick, good morning. Nah, I don't think that's a catalyst that they're delivering to China again. Okay, you guys all missed one catalyst. Actually, a pretty cool catalyst. Now, to be fair, I don't think it's that much of a catalyst. Air mobility. You guys all you guys all missed air mobility. Air mobility. Air mobility stocks jumped in pre-market, extending Friday's gain after President Trump signed an executive order launching electric vertical takeoff. Now, this is really cool. This is the future here, folks. This literally is the future. You know how you guys always how I'm always you guys know how I'm like I'm the wet blanket in the room when where you guys are always giving me catalysts and I'm always the wet blanket in the room. Well, I'm going to tell you right now. This is like if you want to know what the next step in technology, it's not a big battery powered car, okay? It's this. This right here. Things that can lift from a standstill. That my friends is the future. 20, 30 years from now, this is going to be really, really hot. This is like robotics 15 years ago, 20 years ago. We're finally getting to this, okay? Now, to be fair, I don't think this is going to be a major catalyst for the market, but it's a major catalyst for these type of stocks. And I wouldn't be surprised if you started seeing these stocks being taken over by companies like Google, Meta, Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia, because this is vertical takeoff and landing, folks. We're getting closer to Buck Rogers. We all looked at Star Wars and Buck Rogers when we were kids. The closer we get to that, the things that we start seeing that are more like remind us of that, those are all major catalysts. This is a major catalyst for technology. The fact that Trump signed this executive order backing this up, this is very important. Again, I don't think it's a major market catalyst. So the Jetsons, thank you, Carlos. Exactly. Actually, that's exactly what I had in mind. Okay. There was also mentioned that Musk may also be interested in getting into the fly. This is the future. I'm telling you. Robotics, AI, vertical takeoffs. This is the future. Not a big battery in the car. That's not the future. This is the future. Okay. This is the future. All right. Uh, so anyway, well, that's already here. I'm talking about delivering people, not delivering packages, but delivering people like this without Penny will tell you this is very big. Yeah, this is very, 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 very big. But again, I don't think it's a market catalyst. I just wanted you guys to know about it. I think you guys got all the market catalysts up. Yes, what William, definitely that's my first catalyst. US China. Here's my catalyst. China US trade talks, Apple, rare earth, chips, which goes with the talks today. Tesla downgrade, and then air mobility is the last one. But I thought it would be fun because this is a executive order. This is the funnest executive order I think Trump has signed. I don't think anybody's going to sue him for this one. I think this is fantastic. This is really cool. This is really cool. That's all I'm going to say. All right, let's talk about the market, and that is the future, folks. That is the future. That is the future. Okay. If you want to know what the future is, it's not a big battery in your car. That's the view. That's the future. All right. Okay. What are the markets doing today? The markets are not doing anything really. They're all kind of waiting to see what happens in Europe. Also, I do want to tell you something important, and this is going to be the first time. That's right, Mike. And this is going to be the first time I've said this in a very long time. So you may want to put this down. You may want to write this down. I believe the majority of the tariff mishigas or the nonsense or all that, I believe the uncertainty surrounding the tariffs, worst case scenario, is now priced into the stock market. What? What? Yes, I believe the whole craziness regarding the tariffs, unless we hear something totally different, when there's going to be a new something new, but everything that we know in terms of all the threats, all the stuff that Trump is talking about, all that stuff, I believe it's finally being priced into the market. It usually takes about 4 to 6 months, but I think the worst case scenario is there. What does that mean? What does that mean for you? It means less volatility when Trump talks about tariffs. It means less market impact when Trump talks about tariffs. And it means most of the really bad stuff regarding tariffs is being priced into the market. That's a really good thing. That's a really positive thing. By the way, what's today's date? 6/9. That's the first time I've said that since December. Now, usually I keep repeating the same old thing every single day. This is something new. I'm telling you something new. I believe that the majority of tariffs are priced into the markets. It has nothing to do with the market going up, Dr. Al. It has to do with the volatility levels um, being reasonable. Now, Roger, why do you think that is? Let me show you why I think that is. Does we're getting too close to the high for it not to be it. We're breaking out of that level. We're getting too close to the highs. This is the market trying to appraise it. This is the market appraising it in. Now, Roger, does that mean the market now is going to make a new high? It doesn't mean anything at all. Does it mean that the market's going to go lower? That depends on the economy. I'm talking about this volatility, the crazy volatility level. I'm talking about VIX staying below 20 because of tariffs. I think tariffs, every time Trump says tariffs, it's not going to have that impact that it had, say, a month ago on the market. Thank you, Krishna. It's not Jeff. I'm not talking. No, 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 no. Let me explain something to you. What Jeff is talking about, you're is Jeff. You're talking about the actual tariffs. I'm talking about the sentiment surrounding people's inter. Okay, let me explain what I'm talking about. Remember, I've been saying the boy who cried wolf, the boy who cried wolf, the boy who cried wolf. We're there. That's what I'm trying to say. Now, the boy may be eaten by the wolf. We don't know that. I'm talking about the reaction from the investment community. I'm not talking about the actual tariffs. I'm talking about the uncertainty, the drama, yep, there you go, Penny 2006. Yeah. That's huge. And Penny will tell you she's an MIT grad, she's smarter than most people. She will tell you that self vertical liftoffs is that's the future. That's the future. That is the future. So what I'm talking about is the whole boy who cried wolf analogy. You know how every time the boy cries wolf, the village goes. "Ah." Well, I'm now saying the village is at the point where they're like, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. So now when Trump says tariffs, talk with China, all this, the market's like, okay, thank you. Okay, all right, we'll see it when we believe it. It's penetrated, it's resonated throughout the market. It's not giving us that. That's what I'm saying. Yes, the circus is leaving town. We need to move on to something else. That's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to get into a tariff discussion. Okay. So again, yes, exactly, Helen. It's gotten redundant. Remember when I used to talk about in December and January, people were like freaking out. Now when you talk about tariffs, everybody's like, okay, enough already. Enough. I've had enough of enough already. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not talking about the impact of the tariffs. I'm not talking about how tariffs will work out. I'm not talking about whether they're good or bad. I'm talking about the sentiment towards tariffs. And sentiment is what drives price, drives volatility. This volatility towards tariff. We need to move on to something else. The market is losing interest in it. Losing interest in it. Yes, the shock, the ow, exactly, exactly, exactly. It's not becoming eventful anymore. He has to move on. Yes. Okay, that's all I'm trying to say. So I'm not trying to be political. I'm not talking shit about Trump. I'm not saying anything bad about Biden. I'm talking about human perception as the market impacts this tariff. Capiche? Does everybody understand what I'm saying? Please don't misinterpret or misquote what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that the volatility is not going to be moving as much next time Trump says something about tariffs. It seems to be starting to become old news. Okay, that's all I'm saying. That's all I am saying. Now remember, I will be in my VIP room today. Kane will drop by. It's going to be a lot of fun. We'll do some live classes, live trading. Uh, Trump lost the shock. Yes, that's exactly what happened. It doesn't have that shock value it had 3 months ago. Here's a link for him. Uh, exactly the market's tired of it. That's all I'm saying. I'm tired of it. Let me give you a link for Customer Service Live, where we'll have a lot of good stuff. Yeah, exactly. It's old news. Exactly, Rick. You got it. You got it. So please don't like start like making things out of nothing. That's not what I'm saying. US dollar. US dollar is still in the shitter. Still in the crapper. Okay? Nothing has gotten good. By the way, I don't know if you guys noticed, but we changed from July to September. It's a different contract. Same story, still below this level. I just drew this for you. I don't want to like sneak in something for you that's unknown. So if you notice that this is slightly different, it's just a future contract. It's a forward contract. Okay. So the US dollar is not supporting tariffs at all. It's actually saying we don't like this. The key level to break right now is right here. This level right here, which is at 98. Okay. Hey, Gustavo, how's Jax doing? Bond market. What's the bond market? Well, you see the bond market's actually doing here exactly what it did right here. Look, it goes above the 8-day EMA for 2 days and then it comes right back down. The problem is this thing doesn't want to get away from the 8-day EMA. And that's a major, major problem. And if it breaks this level right here, we're going to have a problem. That level is 84.70. AKA hence the taco nickname. Yes, Gustavo, exactly, exactly, exactly. Yes, the US dollar is the weakest, which means less money is going to. Listen to what Richard just said. The US dollar remains the weakest out of all commodities. So, why would folks want to put their money in the US dollar since the US dollar is not treating it well? Also, are you seeing the pattern that's developing here? If you can't, let me show you a better picture of it. That's a very steep descending triangle right here. Here. That's a descending triangle right here. We're building a descending triangle right here. Those are not good. That's not good at all. At all. Okay. Let's continue. Gold, what's gold doing? Well, gold's coming back to the 50-day moving average. And notice we couldn't go above too far above 34.25. That's not good. That's why I told you last time when you buy gold here, it would be good for you to sell at near the 3,500 level because I don't think it's going to go much higher right now. I think we're going to be in a wait and see mode. Now, would I be buying right now? No, I would not be buying right now. I would be waiting for it to get above this level right here. If you're currently holding gold, that's fine. There's no problem there. But right now, wait for us to get above this level, 3410-ish level. This would be a buy level right now. This 34 above 3400. We want to be above 3400. Crude oil, less chance of a recession. We're breaking out to the upside. I like this. This is good. This is actually positive. Okay. This is actually not recessionary. Means that economy, there's more chance of economy getting stronger. The question is, are we going to get above this level right here? So I don't think we are. I think we're going to just kind of hover around here and maybe consolidate and come back into this base. I'm not really seeing anything attractive. Okay. Not really seeing anything attractive here. No, we can't. No, we can't import from Canada very much right now. No, no. China's looking great. China's looking better than everything. See, folks, the more Trump does this, the weaker U.S. dollar will be looked upon in the scheme of global economy. And again, I keep telling you over and over again, we're not in a U.S. economy. One of the biggest things our president needs to get out of his mind is, see, okay, I'm going to tell you something. And again, this is not a criticism. This is a mentality thing. If you were to read a lot of the things our president said back in the 90s, before 2000, early 2000s, he was really, go back in time and start paying attention to when Trump starts talking about tariffs. Trump started talking about tariffs more than 20 years ago. Okay. 20 years ago, we did not have nearly as big of a global economy as we have right now. 25 years ago, 30 years ago, you could make a case for US economy being in the lead. 25, 30 years ago. Right now, we are in a very big global economy. A perfect example of that occurred during COVID when we couldn't buy half of the things on Amazon because China was out of business. We already had that example. We've seen it first. We've already seen it firsthand. That's the thing, folks. We've already seen it firsthand with COVID. We don't need an example of it. We already had an example of it. Meanwhile, our president keeps saying the same thing that he was saying 25, 35 years ago. Tariffs, tariffs, America, America, America. America cannot be number one without the help of other countries at this point in time because the world is global. We rely on shirts, on clothes from Vietnam, from third world countries. I was reading conservative arguments the other day, and in theory, they all make perfect sense, except for one little problem. And that problem is Americans don't want to work for $3 an hour making shirts. That's the problem. In theory, it works really well. The problem is once you open that door to Chinese children who are 7 years old making shirts and shoes, it's kind of hard to close that door economically. That's the problem. So our president is still saying the same thing he's been saying for the last 25, 30 years. But meanwhile, the world has completely changed. That's the problem. Okay. And I'm trying to be as respectful as possible. And I'm not trying to be derogatory. I'm trying to explain to you guys in a constructive way that our president still seems to think that America is in control. but it's not. Those days are gone. And we like it that way. That's the problem. In order to make America great again, you have to have a strong global economy. Okay? Because we buy our shit from everywhere else. Okay. All right. And if you don't like hearing what I have to say, I am sorry, but I'm just being as honest with you as honest can be. Okay? All right, Bitcoin. Bitcoin. Remember, I told you we were backing away here. I drew you a Picasso drawing. Well, we're almost there. I like Bitcoin right now. All we need to do is break above this line. Remember, I told you don't buy here. Don't buy here on this breakout. Wait for a pullback. We didn't have a pullback here, but we did have a pullback here. This is a nice pullback. We're back above the 8-day EMA. We should be buying this right now when it goes above this level right here, just a hair above. The high on this day is what is this here? 8602. 8602. When it goes above 86, it's a good time to buy Bitcoin. All right? It's a good time to buy Bitcoin. Yeah, 86, above 86. Okay? You don't, Rick. You accept it. Rick, you don't. You embrace it, accept it, and you close your eyes to it. Because I'm trying to explain it to you. See, I was reading an article, a very conservative article yesterday. How it's all going to work out. How we'll have to take our medicine now, but it'll be better later. But the article ends with something very interesting. In order for it to work, Americans have to now pay the price. We have to now do the work. We have to do the industrial work, but we don't want to. Okay. Exactly. Global economy. Global economy. Global economy. And our president seems to think that America is in control. We're the boss. We're the big bully. And the world is telling us, dude, you're not. Stop thinking this. You're not. And if you don't believe us, we'll prove it to you, like they're doing right now. There are no deals in the last 6 months, folks. Okay. Enough said. So 86 right here. And again, I am not trying to be derogatory. I'm being factual. If you can find me, the way Trump's theory will work is if you can find Americans who are willing to work for minimum wage doing jobs that they haven't done in the last 50 years. Do you see that coming? I don't. Okay. All right. So right here, 86, 86. All right, let's now put everything together. And folks, I'm sorry if I'm the only person in the world trying to be honest with you. All right, let's talk about this. Investors turned their attention to talks between US and China in London. This is very important, but not nearly as important as it was a month and a half ago. Important, but not nearly as important in terms of intraday volatility. Also, wait release of US inflation data this week. The big data is going to be CPI and PPI. As you all know, this is the report that I pay attention to the most right here. This comes out 2 weeks before PCE comes out. Therefore, it's more important to the market because it's a early report. Very important right here. Food and energy. See how it's expected to be worse than a year ago? That's bad. That's right, Dave. In 15 years, 10, 15 years, you're absolutely right, but we're not there yet. And by the way, Dave, robotics are going to be made in China, not USA. Just so you know, Dave, you're absolutely right, but they're going to be in China, not here. That's right. Big time. Big time. Big time. You're absolutely right. Yeah, and folks, I encourage you to do something. I encourage you to go back and read what our president wrote 20, 30 years ago. He wrote tariffs. He's been talking about tariffs for 30 years now. Well, that's great, but the world is not the same as it was 30 years ago. I want you guys to understand the logic behind all this. If anything, consumer goods will become far more cheaper due to lack of jobs options. The world only rare earth elements are the difficulty. Exactly. Top officials from US and China met in London today for talks towards easing trade tension. Equities are not concerned about it because they're making a 3.5 month high. Whenever stocks make 3 month highs, they're not concerned. They're not concerned about anything that's happening in the world anymore. Uh, Rice president said we own the brands and the markets and we make money with it. Why do we can we do back to making shoemakers? But we're not making shoes. China's making Nike shoes. That's the problem. We own the brands, but we don't own the labor. The problem is not in the name. The problem is in the labor. Again, I think me talk if anybody doesn't get it anymore, you're just thick-headed. And I think most people do get it at this point. Google rising over 3%. Amazon, this is good. That's very, very powerful. Chip stocks gain ground. Tesla gained 3%. East tension. I don't know what's going to happen with those two, but I did warn you about this 6 months ago. Lulu tumbled 19%, not good for retail. Uh, Non-farm payroll was stronger than expected. I told you that ADP report doesn't reflect well. U.S. unemployment rate was unchanged. Uh, Yeah, no, I know. Philadelphia said Friday that there may be a path to cutting rates in the second half of the year. I agree with him. I was thinking August. They're thinking September. I could live with that. US and the reason they're thinking that is because they believe they'll have more information on tariffs, so they can actually make a good decision. They're not saying this because of any other reason. They're literally just waiting, and everybody believes that we'll have an answer by September, at least somewhat of an answer, right? Laptops for under $100 cell phones when they first came out and waited. Exactly. Hey, Donald, uh, you know, you know, Barclays economists said in a note that they anticipate inflation data will show the first signs of tariffs-related price pressure. We'll see what happens. We'll see if that happens. Expect upwards price pressure for a wide range of. I know that Walmart has raised some prices. Apparel, household furniture, new vehicles, other goods. A friend of mine just bought a truck, American truck actually, yesterday. We're going to be looking at earnings for Adobe, Oracle, Chewy, and GameStop, but none of those come in the next 12 hours, which means they have no impact on today's trading session, but they will have an impact on this week's trading session. So later this week, if I say Adobe or an Oracle, don't be surprised. Thank you, Dr. Serena. And folks, I want you to understand, I don't have a bone in this. I'm not running for I don't like politics. I have no bone in this. I don't care if Biden's the president, Powell's the president, Trump is the president, Musk, I don't care. I care about the stock market. Apple kicks off its annual worldwide developer conference. The event is expected to feature a company's new products, service, and partnerships. They also they usually give us a lot of information, and a lot of things can happen. So it is a catalyst because it is one of, if not the biggest company in the world. Yes, Oracle is a catalyst, and so is Adobe. Adobe has a major impact on software, if not the biggest, but not right now. Wholesale inventories come out today. Europe is flat. This is why I think that today U.S. stocks may be flat. There's nothing movement. We're all waiting for to hear what happens, right? Trading was subdued on Monday as markets in several countries, including Switzerland, Denmark, Norway, were closed for a holiday. And you could see right here, we're not really doing much. This is random, up 16, up 45. We're going to pretty much open slightly higher. I mean, maybe flat. There's not much here. And I like when markets open flat because it allows me to use the Pro Trader dashboard to really see what's strong and what's not. When markets open up, it's very hard to find a strong stock. When markets open down, it's very hard to find a weak stock. Good morning, Peter. Hey, Javad. Javad says bananas and avocados increased by about 10%. Yeah, they did. They did. So far, we're paying for the tariffs, and we ultimately will. Um, so very quiet market action, not much happening today. What about China? China closed higher. How much higher? Slightly higher. I mean, yeah, a full basis point. That's not too bad. Not too bad. So we're seeing some upside from China. Rare earth and technology stocks led the gains. We're obviously going to be watching rare earth and tech stocks here. I mean, Apple, Tesla, those are tech stocks. Rare earth because of what Kev said. I know I don't call him Kevin. I call him Kev. People who know Kevin don't call him Kevin. They call him Kev. Um, the trade talks in London are at the very least step in the right direction of easing restrictions on chip shipments between U.S. and China. Chips, trade talks, chips. What are my catalysts for anybody who's coming in here? China, US tariff uncertainty, Apple, rare earth, chips due to the trade talks. Tesla downgrade anytime a mega cap gets downgrade. Plus, there's a lot of hanky panky with him and Trump. We don't know how that's going to be resolved, and that's not really a catalyst. And air mobility, which I think is just super, super cool. Uh, Here's the catalyst. Tesla fell over 3%. Anytime a mega cap is down or up over 1%, that becomes a catalyst. Air mobility stocks. I'm curious if this will Penny, if you're watching this and if you're seeing other stocks impacted by this, or if you're seeing other news from this, please keep me in the loop. I am very curious and interested in this because I believe this is going to become a very hot subsector of technology over the next decade. I think this is going to be a major, major part of our technology. Mark my words. I'm going forward about 5, 10 years, but I'm usually right about these things. Robinhood slumped. I did not want to make this into a catalyst because this really isn't a catalyst. This is more of me telling you that all the stocks that didn't make it into the S&P 500. By the way, what stock made it into S&P 500? All the ones that didn't are going to be a little soft today because they didn't get impacted. But this isn't really a catalyst. This is more of a downgrade because it didn't get into the S&P 500. But this stock doesn't really have much of an impact on other stocks. It's not a large cap. It's not like Citibank. Um, so I wouldn't really. I think this is just a very specific catalyst to this stock. Um, yeah. Oh, Dubai is huge. Foreign countries like Dubai, China, Dubai, they're so big on these. They don't have a lot of space. So remember, anything that can take off vertically is very attractive. Very, very attractive for big cities, developments, deliveries. I'm a huge, 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 huge proponent with this vertical. I'm a big tech nut. Okay. So I like to see, I was talking about robotics 15 years ago, 20 years ago. And this is one of the reasons why I think this AI thing we're seeing right now is laughable because there's very little that AI can do right now in terms of like think Terminator, think movie Terminator. That to me is AI. This is just advancement in computers. Okay. Constantly the same. It didn't make any. Flood got into S&P. Okay. I'll check that out. Thank you. By the way, live trading in the VIP room today. Live trading in the VIP room today. Seasonality with Kane in the VIP room today. Here's a link. Customer service live, all new stuff with Cam, Gustavo, and Jax. He'll be there today. Jax, the Boberman, will be there today. So Europe is flat. China's a little higher. Uh, Japan ended higher, supporting optimism by the trade talks. Everybody's looking for trade talk in London. Restriction on chip stocks is the major topic. So chip stocks are in what companies are in the vertical space? Ask me at a different time or send me an email. Ask me the VIP room art. Yay, we got over 600 people. Fantastic. Folks, by the way, I'm going to go through charts right now. If you haven't done so, go to your HD right here to your wheelbase and make sure you're 1080p, okay? And while you're there, give us a thumbs up, okay? And Rice, I see you here, Rice. I always say hi to people I see here. I saw Rice. Okay. So we talked about all of this. Volatility. What is volatility doing? Volatility looks like it wants to break this level. That's a big, big sign. I want volatility to be below 17. I want VIX to fall below 17. We're almost there. And it's not up all that much. When VIX starts falling down, we'll see more upside in the stock market. What about the broad stock market, Roger? What's going on here? Well, we're breaking out, but we haven't back tested like we did here. See how here we went higher, we back tested, and we actually, this is a perfect example. So look, we go higher. Let me show you something. Folks, I'm going to give you a very valuable lesson right now. I hope you pay attention. See how the market is trading near the 8-day EMA? And you see here how it's trading above the 8-day EMA. And I said to you when we were right here, I said we need to back test this area before going higher. So look at what happens next. We back test this area right here and we make a swing high. What do I tell you afterwards? What do I tell you right here? The same thing that I told you right here. We need to back test this area before going higher. Capiche? I'm hoping that we back test like we did here. Now, because this is so important and because most of you were not paying attention, I'm going to repeat what I just said because it's really important. We're near the 8-day EMA right here. We're breaking away from the 8-day EMA right here. What do I tell you right here on this day? Go and listen to the tape. We need to touch the 8-day EMA before going higher. What happens the next day? We touch the 8-day EMA and we go higher. And where are we now? Right here. What happens for us to need? What do we need to do for us to go higher? What do we need to do to go higher? We need to touch the 8-day EMA. Do you see the similarity between here and here? Does everybody understand what I just said? Do you see this scenario? And do you see this scenario? And do you see that there's no difference between these two scenarios? In order to go higher, we're like this, like a centipede. In order to go higher, we need to backtrack and touch the 8-day. As often as possible, preferably every day, Mind. Because when you back test this, you get a bid check and you see that buyers are actually interested in coming in here. Now, I'm going to repeat this for the third time because this is so important. You see how we're away from the 8-day EMA? What do I tell you right here? We need to back test the 8-day EMA. What happens right here? We back test the 8-day EMA. And what happens now? Did we back test it on Friday? No, which means we need to back test the 8-day EMA in order for us to go higher. How often? Yes, yes, yes. Crystal clear, fully understand, touched. Okay, good. QQQ. What's another way of saying what I just said? There's no reason to chase this market. Look at the QQQ. We run away from the 8-day EMA. We backtest the 8-day EMA. We run higher. Are we going to go much higher without backtesting the 8-day EMA? Well, ask yourself here, how high do we go without testing the 8-day EMA? Here's a visual backtest for you. How far away do we get from the 8-day EMA without backtesting it? Do you think it's going to happen today? Do you feel lucky? Do you feel like gambling? Do you want me to explain it to it for the fifth time, or do you think you guys finally understand it? This needs to touch this. If not today, then tomorrow. Do you need to run away with the circus? No, you need to wait for a visual back test. Capiche? How many inside days could we sit? I don't know how many. Yep, it's done it every day last week. How about IWM? Let's see. It's breaking out right now, interest rate sensitive, and it's at the 200-day moving average. Roger, do you think this is going to go and break the 200-day moving average, or do you think it's going to test the 8-day EMA? Well, let me ask you guys, what do you think I believe is going to happen? Based on everything that I just taught you in the last 3 minutes, do you think this is going to break the 200, or do you think it's going to test the 8-day EMA? Do you feel lucky, punk? That's right, Gustavo. That's right. So, based on everything I taught you in the last 3 minutes, do you think the odds are higher that this is going to break the 8-day EMA or it's going to back away here? It's a fair question. Test the 8-day EMA, William says. Test the 8-day EMA, test. I agree with you. Does that mean we should be loading up on Kathy Wood stocks, which are all Russell 2000 stocks, as the Russell 2000 heads into the 200-day moving average? No. I sure as hell hope you guys are taking notes right now because I'm not going to repeat what I just said. 200-day moving average, too far deviated from the 8-day EMA. Bounce off to the downside, maybe. It's time to test the 8-day EMA. We're getting too far above the 8-day EMA. How about the Dow Jones? Is this helping you guys? Is this helping you guys? Same thing. Getting too far, too far. And by the way, what's today's date? It's a Monday. So let's put everything together. Actually, let's continue. Let's continue. Do we have a lot of stocks making 90-day highs? Well, we have 148. How about 50-day highs? We have 112. How about 20-day highs? Only 339, not that many. We're not at the 600 level like we were before. There could be some movement here, which means we could back off very slowly. Let's look at sectors. Hey, semiconductors. Hey, look, Russell 2000. Hey, retail. Hey, technology. But what's the bond market doing? Do you think Russell 2000 can get a lot of air with the bond market breaking down? You know the Russell 2000 has the most sensitivity to interest rates, right? We're going to have to be careful. We're going to have to be very, very careful here. Energy, QQQ, mid caps. I mean, interest rate is up here. We're going to have to be very, very careful. Blue chips is right here, but look where consumer discretionary is. You have a divergence between consumer discretionary and retail. That means we have a big red flag for the small caps till the SPY back tests this. Then we'll see after that. We need to back test this. IWM needs to back test this. How strong is IWM? Let's take a look. 35% of stocks are above the 200-day moving average. Do you think it has a lot of firepower? No, not yet. Not yet. Not yet. False breakout. In my opinion, in my opinion, in my opinion, this rally will not have that much legs beyond the 200-day moving average till we see a back test on the SPY. See how it all puts together? How it all moves together? They all move together. How about RSP? Nope. Needs to pull back. Is this a major breakout? No, we still have to overcome this. I think we're going to pull back. Well, let's take a look at mags, right? Because without the mags, the odds are we're going to have a pullback. Oh, did you say mags? Didn't Tesla get downgraded? And isn't there an Apple conference? Let's see if mags are leading right now. Mags are not even breaking out yet. So let me ask you guys a question. What are the odds that the SPY is going to continue moving directionally without backtesting the 8-day EMA with the mega caps not breaking out? Now we're getting into some deep analysis here. See how mags are not participating? So my question is, how far do you think QQQ is going to get up? How much further it's going to get above here without the mega caps participating 1%? I think you guys are starting to see more choppiness, more consolidation, possibly a fake breakout from IWM because we still have only 35% of stocks trading above the 200-day moving average. Matter of fact, the only sector that looks worse than that is real estate and energy. Everything else looks better than that. And we still have 49% of stocks making trading above the 200-day, and financials are still leading. Exactly. Mags are up 10%, and IWM is up a full basis point, or 84 now. Do you think the small caps are going to see a lot of upside if large cap stocks are not participating and if bonds are not participating? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think we should wait for a pullback here. All right, let me give you stocks that I'm looking at right now. To the downside, I'm not seeing a lot of stocks to the downside at all. Hardly any. But I do like this stock, Copart to the downside. I like CLX to the downside. I got to get out of here. I like CLX to the downside, and I like NSP to the downside. Generally speaking, I'm not that big of a fan to the downside right now. Market has to really come down. You're welcome. Thank you, Pat, for saying that. I appreciate that. Now let's look at upside stocks. Power, Quanta, uh, nice. Needs to pull back, but definitely on my watch list. Cisco, definitely on my watch list. Needs to pull back. A lot of these stocks need to pull back to the 8-day EMA. RTX and JCI, both industrial stocks. And JCI. And if I repeat the same stocks from last week, that just means the stocks we're picking are good stocks and they're continuing to do what we want them to do. That's a fintech stock. This is a fintech stock. Intuit. ADP. Very interesting. Almost at the 8-day. JBL, technology stock. Very nice looking stock. Cake. This is Cheesecake Factory. I haven't been there in so long. We actually have one here. My wife is not a big fan, but I love their bread. I love their dark bread. It's so good. Cheesecake Factory. PayX, another one. And DRI Restaurants, Darden. I think it's making an all-time high or a 52-week high. This looks very nice, and it's at the 8-day EMA. There's one more that I did not give you. Groupon. Maybe we can get a tariff coupon, right? And Visa. I might have already given you Visa. Still like Visa. Okay. All right, folks, I have to go to work. I have to earn my keep around here. If you want to watch a replay of today's session, here is the link. And Dr. Serena, I'm so glad you're back. Please keep us posted in how your health is doing, okay? Remember, we have a live class with Kane today. Come into my VIP room if you want to get free trades like WY and MS last week. And also, Customer Service Live. You don't want to forget about Customer Service Live. Jax is going to be very upset if you guys don't show up there this week. Roblox, let me take a look at Roblox. I was looking at it last week. I think it's a little overextended. I think I need it to come back. Yes, see, Roblox needs to come back to the 8-day. Very similar to GE. That's why they're not on my list. They're a little overextended. A little overextended. Folks, I will see you guys. I will see you guys. Oh, you took that ASPI trade? Good, 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 good. Yeah, that was a trade from last week. Yeah, nice, nice. It's up 4% this morning. All right, guys, can I look at WFC? Yeah, I could look at Wells Fargo. Sure. I do have to get to work. It looks good. It looks good. I actually like financials right now. It doesn't look bad. It doesn't look bad. I'll see you guys later. Have a fantastic day. Please don't forget to give us a thumbs up. And thank you all for being here. Folks, it's Monday. Mondays are usually choppy day. I am not going to chase this market. I'm sorry if I'm not giving you guys enough stocks, but I'm not going to chase this market. If I see something pulling back, I will take advantage of it. I'm here to help you make money, not to give you the most amount of trades. Okay. Thank you guys. And folks, please, please, please try to get past the political stuff. This is not political. Everything I'm saying, even if you think it's political, it's financial. Notice I haven't mentioned anything about the fight between Tesla and Trump. None of these things matter. Notice I'm not talking about the thing in LA with the riots. They don't impact the markets. If there's stuff that's political and it doesn't impact the market, I am not going to talk about it, mostly because I don't care. Okay. I only talk about political things that directly impact the market. And that to me is financial and not political. Thanks, guys. I'll see you later. I hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you at noon with Kane. Bye, everybody.